Hello and welcome to a very special edition of Geojit Spotlight on National Children's Day. Today, let's talk about the most precious gift a parent can give to their children, a secure future. We have with us Mr. Sony Mathews, Senior Market Strategist Geojit, to guide us on how mutual fund can be a perfect tool to achieve this goal. Welcome, Sony.
Thank you. It's great to be here, especially discussing about a topic that is very close to heart for all parents.
Yes, so let's start from the basics. To simplify the concept, what exactly or how exactly can mutual funds be a tool to achieve the long-term goal of investing for their children, say 15 to 20 years?
Mutual fund is an all-rounder. It offers professional management, it offers diversification, transparency, as well as liquidity. Instead of picking individual stocks, you're basically investing into a well-diversified portfolio. And you get professional fund management also along with that. Especially when you're looking at your child's future, which is basically a long-term goal, you can look at equity mutual funds, which will offer you superior returns and that too inflation-adjusted returns for the future.
So every parent dreams big for their children, be it education or marriage or a business plan or something. So what is the single biggest mistake a parent makes when planning for their child's financial future?
I think one of the biggest mistakes that we do is procrastination. We keep delaying our investment plans because we do not give too much of importance to the final cost of, our life goals. So if quality education and other important life goals, they are becoming exponentially expensive. And that is something that we need to realize because assuming, let's say, an education that costs 10 lakh rupees today, maybe 15-20 years down the line, it might cost even more than 25 lakhs. So starting early is not just helpful, it is actually very crucial because then the power of compounding will be able to work its magic over a longer period of time. Along with that, the other mistake that I see is, with regards to when you rely too much on traditional forms of investments like FDs. I emphasize the word too much because, yes, it is an important part of your investment plan, but relying on it too much can be risky because it might not deliver inflation-beating returns. So that is where mutual fund comes in as an all-rounder.
If a new parent decides to start today, so what should be his first step, like an SIP or a lump sum?
The answer is very simple. It is systematic investment plans or what you said, SIP. It's the simplest step because you start investing a very small amount, a monthly amount. It could even be as low as 500 rupees or 1000 rupees, but the thing is to get it started. Now, the good thing about SIP is that it instills a sense of discipline and it also brings in a habit of saving, right? And along with that, you also get the benefit of rupee cost averaging. So basically, what rupee cost averaging means is that you buy more units when the market or the NAV is down. And of course, you buy lesser units when the market is up. But your average cost of buying is evened out over the long term. So that is a very good thing about SIPs. As the years grow and as the parent's income grows, you can top up your SIP amount, you can increase your SIP amount so that your final target or your final goal is achieved. So even if we talk about an example, so when we look at it, assuming that you start a 5,000 rupee SIP when the child is born. So you're investing for 18 years until they go to college. 5,000 rupees for 18 years, assuming a CAGR of let's say around 12%. The corpus would be more than 35 lakh rupees. So there you are taking care of your child's college education without taking a load. So again, coming to the point, small step, but it leads to a huge, bigger outcome.
Okay, so as you said about the topping up, what is the ideal percentage of the top of SIP?
So that depends on your income growth, that depends on your career growth, whenever you feel okay. So as I said, when you're starting out, you have to start out early. It doesn't matter on the amount. But when you have, let's say, surplus amounts coming in, ideally, that saving should go into topping up your SIP amounts.
The markets are often volatile. So how can a parent sleep soundly thinking that their child's educational fund is linked to market movements?
Right. So SIPs are a long-term marathon. It is not a 100-meter dash wherein you expect immediate returns. No, this is a long-term investment. So yes, market may dip, markets may be volatile, but then these short-term fluctuations average out or smoothen out over the long term. So we always need to remember one thing. It is about that time that you spend in the markets that is important. It's not about timing the markets, and that is something that we will need to remember. Now, according to our studies, what we've seen is that an SIP that is consistent and that is continued for more than 10 years, the possibility of a loss is very minimal. Okay, of course, these are based on historical returns analysis, and this is not a forward-looking outlook, but this is what we've seen. A consistent SIP for 10 to 15 years, the chances of losses are very minimal.
So, should parents invest in a specific scheme for their children or should include in their main investment?
Right, so it is always good if you can label your children's investments as, for example, child's education fund, child's marriage fund, or even for the retirement, we can term it as retirement fund. That is always good, because what happens is this prevents you from utilizing or dipping into those funds, for non-essential needs when we need it. So it is always good to label it as a child's education fund. So it'll remind you that this is for your child, and it'll prevent you from taking that. Additionally, there are some fund houses that offer children-focused mutual funds with, built-in lock-in features and goal tracking, etc. But there are positives and negatives associated with those funds, and that is where you need to consult your financial advisor and choose the right funds that are suited for your needs.
So, as goal date approaches, say 3 to 4 years prior to when child actually needs some money, so should the strategy change?
Absolutely. I think that is very important, because you need a smooth landing. You need a glide path wherein you gradually shift from the high risk equity funds to a lower risk debt funds, or even fixed deposits, for example. Because as you approach closer to the goal, if there is a sudden market crash, the accumulated corpus can also be impacted. So it is very important that you gradually start shifting from equity to debt as you approach the goal, as you become closer to the goal. Over here, just like SIPs, we have something called as STPs in mutual funds, that is systematic transfer plans. So systematic transfer plans can help automate that shift from equity to debt. So that is something. So you have SIPs in the beginning, and towards the end, when you reach your goal, you can start STPs from equity into debt.
On this Children's Day, so what would be your inspiring message for parents regarding their child's financial planning?
My message is simple. Start small, but start now. Because every rupee that you invest now is worth more than a rupee that you invest 5 years from now. So don't wait for the perfect market, or don't wait for your salary to grow. It is all about consistency. It is also about peace of mind, because a well thought out financial plan will ensure that your child's commitments are all met in the future, and that will lead to financial security.
Thank you so much, Sony, for your valuable insights. Sent to all our viewers, happy Children's Day. See you next time on Geojit Spotlight.